Okay, Hobbit Hut video. End of week 13, start of week 14. Today is Christmas Day, so this will be the Hobbit Hut Christmas special. As you can see from outside on the side of the house there, we've got the propane tanks were delivered. My plumbing heating guru, Bernie, was here last weekend, and we hooked up all the black iron pipe inside and ran it to the furnace. So the guys came this week and put the propane tanks on, so now we've got some gas heat instead of super expensive electric heat. The guys came, dropped the bin off. You can just see it at the front of the house there. So most of the garbage that was still left here at the front of the house, there was an old busted canoe right there, and some old windows were still left over by the oak tree. So I got those broken up on Friday because it was a warmer day, and some of the stuff was frozen in the ground, but because of the warmth I was able to remove it quite easily. So all the outside trash and stuff has been pretty much picked up. I got a few more things to go. It got really cold last night, so everything that was removable because of melting is frozen back into the ground now. Like I say, you can see that's a 15-yard bin, and it's pretty much full right to the top. The garbage all used to be lying up against the side of the tree, and you can see the big hole it left once I got it all removed. So all we got left really is all metal. So my friend Dave, he comes and picks that up and takes care of that for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Going in the house, quite a few changes. So one of which is lots of warmth. Got that gallon of paint that I had for the floor, so I popped it on yesterday morning, and it seems to be doing the trick. It's really sealed up the old stains and stuff from the previous animals, and it's worked really well. It still smells quite a bit like stinky paint, but I think it's fixed the problem that we had. I just want to make sure that everything is totally sealed off before we go ahead and put that hardwood floor down. The kitchen is installed, as well as the flooring. Let me get to a spot here where the light doesn't affect anything. So we have a drop-down bake center there in front of the window, and microwave will be right there. We got cardboard on the countertops. The guys came and did the templating, so I'll just pan around here. We're going to put the range hood in there next week or two. Over to this side where the sink is going to be, where the doors are missing right now. I had a problem with one of them, so they're making another set of doors for us. Refrigerator, and then pantry. Now, because there's no uppers in this kitchen, basically all the drawers are a very heavyweight drawer, so you can kind of load them up. They're all going to have, of course, dishes and glasses, and the normal things that are in your upper cupboards are now going to be only in the lower ones. So when we ordered the kitchen there with John, he suggested we put in the full extension rollers and metal sides, 3/4 inch bottoms, and self-close so dishes don't go flying all over the place. So we took that information to heart and had that put on the cupboards when we ordered them. So anyway, there it is, and you can see it. You can see it with the cork floor, a nice contrast in it. And then also up here, this is the hardwood flooring. This is acacia, and it looks like walnut when you look at it. It's hand scraped. Pull the piece apart and see if we can get it in the light, because in the light you can see the scraping on it. So you can see the ridges in it. So it's hand scraped, and when it goes down here, that's just a piece of plywood just to protect the edge of the cork floor. When you see this floor with that floor, you can see how well they work together. One's a little bit darker than the other, which is good, give you some contrast, but the transition from the hardwood to the cork should be actually quite nice. The cork is very soft underfoot and very quiet as well. Georgette did finished up most of the painting this week. All we have left to paint is the doors and the trim. The doors came on Thursday, sorry. So we've got them just placed in the room so she can go ahead and paint them. So they're two panel flat finish, so there's no wood grain look to them at all. So they'll have an older type of a look to it when you see it. There's the it's hard to see the color in there of the bathrooms, but they're a light gray with beige and pink in it. So hopefully they look real nice when everything else is put in. The basement, quite a bit happened down here this week. Of course, while Georgette was painting, I finished up doing the framing around the perimeter of the house, and then the guys, I told them I'd be ready Friday, and they freed up some guys, and they came in and sprayed all the walls, so you can see the insulation sprayed. I'll just turn around here, all in the exterior walls. So nice and warm down here now, no drafts. The foundation's all tightened up now, so I'm really happy with with the way this has turned out. It's exactly the way I wanted it to be. The guys were in here and took them about 4.5 hours to shoot the whole thing. I'll just go over top of the old cistern wall here, and that's the well room. So anyway, that's really done the job in here. Like I say, Bernie was here last weekend, and we put black iron pipe. I don't know if you can see it here. Runs all the way down the center of the house and hooks into the furnace, so you can just see it going along there. And he sent one of his guys over and tuned up the furnace. So that's the one thing that was left in this house that still worked pretty good. So it's a pretty high efficiency furnace. So happy with that. Got a new air filter in there. Keep out the dust, and it's a charcoal filter. So if there's any remnants of odor left in some of the pipes, it'll remove it all. So anyway, that's kind of it. That's the longest video to date. So a Christmas special long video. This week, hopefully we'll get the trim painted up so you can see all the baseboard and the door trim right here in the middle of the room. So Georgette will be spreading that all out down here and getting the first coat of paint on it, and then I'll be installing the doors and some window trim. We'll get some flooring in, but I don't think that's for another couple of weeks yet. But we've got lots to keep us busy. We're going to take a couple of days off, I think, though, so I need a little bit of a break to recharge my batteries. And hopefully I've got something to show you next week. If there isn't a video next week, it's because we didn't do too much. So anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay tuned. More to come.